Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Canada Immigration. We hope you're doing great. Well, in this, we'll talk about 4 breaking Canada immigration news. Highest paying jobs, top 10 reasons to avoid Canada citizenship rejection. LMIA jobs in Canada. Welcome, seekers of career insights and immigration wisdom. In this segment, we're diving into the professional realm of British Columbia, exploring the highest paying jobs that make this Canadian province an attractive destination for job seekers. Join us as we uncover the diverse opportunities that contribute to British Columbia's economic landscape. So, to get all the information, pay attention and watch the video through to the end. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for upcoming episodes. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. Highest paying jobs in British Columbia. The province of British Columbia has released a new labor market outlook for the next 10 years, listing high-demand jobs in the province until 2033. For the next 10 years, British Columbia is expected to post roughly 100,000 job opportunities per year on average, according to the 2023 Labor Market Outlook. Annually, around 65,000 people in British Columbia will permanently exit the workforce, primarily as a result of retirement. While the average age of the labor force is anticipated to remain largely steady during the outlook period, the population in British Columbia will continue to age. This labor market outlook lists high-demand occupations in British Columbia over the next 10 years and their hourly wages, as well as the number of job openings. These occupations have been selected based on the number of available positions and the rate of employment expansion. High-demand jobs in British Columbia. What are the top 10 highest-paying jobs in British Columbia? Furthermore, it also includes anticipated tight labor market conditions and the current ease of employment. Out of this, we enlist below the list of high-demand jobs in British Columbia with hourly pay over $50 per hour. High-demand jobs in British Columbia. What are the top 10 highest-paying jobs in British Columbia? 1. Specialist physicians, NOC 3,111, $128.96 per hour. 2. General practitioners and family physicians, NOC 3,112, $84.58 per hour. 3. Senior managers, financial, communications and other business services, NOC 0013, $62.50 per hour. 4. Commissioned police officers, NOC 0431, $61.01 per hour. 5. Lawyers and Quebec notaries, NOC 4,112, $59.29 per hour. 6. Allied primary health practitioners, NOC 3,124, $57.95 per hour. 7. Fire chiefs and senior firefighting officers, NOC 0432, $57.87 per hour. 8. Senior government managers and officials, NOC 0012, $56.83 per hour. 9. Petroleum engineers, NOC 2,145, $56.47 per hour. 10. Utilities managers, NOC 0912, $56.44 per hour. Alberta Immigration, AAIP, reaches annual quota for 2023. The Alberta Advantage Immigration Program, AAIP, has reached the maximum number of nominations allotted by the federal government for 2023. Nominee applications under processing will continue to be evaluated and carry over into 2024. In order to provide the Alberta Opportunity Stream and the Rural Renewal Streams with the necessary capacity, IPE has reallocated a few nominations from streams with lesser demand. When was the last type express entry draw? This transfer takes into account the needs that designated areas involved in the Rural Renewal Stream have indicated, in addition to the growing demand from temporary workers seeking permanent residence in the province. Early in 2024, information on nomination allotment availability and issuance will be updated. Alberta Immigration Quota for 2024. Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, ircc, determines the annual maximum number of nomination certificates that the IPE can issue. In 2023, 9,750 nomination certificates were available from IPE, distributed across the express entry and non-express entry pathways. IPE is now expecting nominal increases to nomination allotment of over 10,000 per year in 2024 and 2025 quotas. Previously, this quota was increased by over 50% in 2023, from 6,500 to 9,750. Alberta Advantage Immigration Program Pathways. Alberta Express Entry Stream. Accelerated Tech Pathway for Express Entry. Alberta Opportunity Stream. Religious Workers Eligibility Program. Rural Renewal Stream. Rural Entrepreneur Stream. Foreign Graduate Entrepreneur Stream. Graduate Entrepreneur Stream. Occupations with high volume of IP applications. The following occupations have a significant application volume for the IP worker streams. Regardless of occupational demand, these submissions may take longer to process or may be excluded from IP Express entry draws when the number of these applications exceeds the capacity to issue nominations. 62,020, Food Service Supervisors. 63,200, Cooks. 62,010, Retail Sales Supervisors. 13,110, Administrative Assistants. 65,201, Food Counter Attendants, Kitchen Helpers and related support occupations. 73,300, Transport Truck Drivers. 12,200, Accounting Technicians and Bookkeepers. 13,100, Administrative Officers. 21,222, Information Systems Specialists. 21,231, Software Engineers and Designers. All the IP Express entry draws in 2023. Top 10 Reasons to Avoid Canada Citizenship Application Rejection. After becoming a permanent resident of Canada, you need to complete 3 years of physical presence here to submit a Canadian citizenship application. Furthermore, Canada has one of the strongest passports in the world, and Canadians have the advantage of visiting many countries without a visa. The path to Canadian citizenship is a well-defined process that ensures candidates meet the required qualifications. Despite the clear standards, some applications are rejected for a variety of reasons. In this post, we will delve into the top 10 most common causes for a Canada citizenship application refusal, shedding light on the elements that can stymie a successful transfer to Canadian citizenship. Incomplete or incorrect application forms. Incomplete or incorrect information on forms is one of the most common grounds for citizenship application rejection. A variety of detailed paperwork must be filled out precisely and thoroughly as part of the application procedure. Incomplete or erroneous information can cause misunderstanding and, ultimately, rejection. Before submitting their applications, candidates must carefully study and double-check all the information. Always remember that you cannot say that you entered the information in error or by mistake. Yes, it is that big. So ensure you enter the information correctly in all the forms. Non-compliance with residency requirements. Applicants for Canadian citizenship must meet specific residency criteria. This includes accumulating 1,095 days, 3 years, of physical presence in Canada during the last 5 years before the date you sign your application. Some candidates may undervalue the significance of completing these residency requirements, thinking that by the time application processing starts, they will have completed the 3-year residency obligation. You can only submit or sign the application after completing the residency obligation, not before that, as it will definitely result in rejection. Maintaining accurate records of time spent in Canada is critical to ensuring compliance with the residence criterion. Problems with language proficiency. English or French proficiency is required for Canadian citizenship. Applicants between the ages of 18 and 54 must exhibit appropriate language skills by demonstrating proficiency in one of the official languages. Common language examinations for English, such as IELTS or CELPIP, and TEF for French, are approved. Failure to produce acceptable language test results may result in application rejection. Criminal inadmissibility. Applicants with a criminal record, especially for significant offenses, may have difficulties gaining Canadian citizenship. Criminal inadmissibility can lead to denial, and applicants must present police certifications for all countries in which they have lived for a certain period of time. Depending on the seriousness of the offense, applicants may be required to wait a certain amount of time after serving their sentence before applying for citizenship. Failing to declare all family members. Filling out the family information section correctly is critical for a successful application. Rejection may occur if all family members, including dependent children and spouses, are not declared. To minimize issues in the assessment process, it is critical to provide accurate and truthful information about family members. Financial obligations. Another element evaluated in the citizenship application procedure is financial stability. Applicants must file their taxes for at least 3 years during the 5 years right before the date they apply for citizenship. Failure to meet tax responsibilities or provide incorrect financial information may result in rejection. It is critical for a successful application to ensure that all tax regulations are met. Fraud or misrepresentation. Misrepresentation or fraudulent acts throughout the application procedure are significant offenses that can result in prompt rejection as well as legal ramifications. Falsifying facts, presenting forged documents, or attempting to deceive immigration authorities can result in serious penalties, including a prohibition from applying for Canadian citizenship for a certain length of time. There have been cases reported in which a Canadian permanent resident faces rejection of their citizenship application just before the oath because their ex-spouse complains to the IRCC, alleging misrepresentation due to one reason or another. Permanent resident status revocation. Applicants must maintain their permanent resident status while applying for citizenship. If a person's permanent resident status is revoked for whatever reason, their citizenship application may be rejected automatically. It is critical for candidates to understand the requirements for maintaining permanent resident status and to rectify any difficulties as soon as possible. Rejection of previous applications. If an applicant's previous application for permanent residence or citizenship was denied, it may have an impact on subsequent applications. The reasons for the earlier denial may be scrutinized by immigration authorities, and if those flaws are not satisfactorily handled, the subsequent application may face a similar fate. Understanding and correcting the problems that caused the previous rejection is critical for a successful reapplication. Failure to pass the Canada citizenship examination. Applicants must take a citizenship test to demonstrate their knowledge of Canada as part of the citizenship application process. The test assesses an applicant's knowledge of Canadian history, values, institutions, symbols, and citizenship rights and obligations. Failure to pass the citizenship test may result in rejection. Adequate preparation and a clear comprehension of the test material are required for success. Becoming a Canadian citizen is a great achievement that demonstrates the inclusive principles that define the country. While the application procedure for citizenship is intended to be transparent, candidates must be vigilant in ensuring they meet all standards and give accurate information. Understanding the common causes of rejection listed in this article will assist potential citizens in carefully navigating the application process. Applicants boost their chances of a smooth transition to Canadian citizenship by anticipating potential difficulties and embracing the privileges and responsibilities that come with being a part of our diverse and inclusive nation. Black market of LMIA jobs in Canada is now growing more than ever. The black market for LMIA jobs in Canada is now growing more than ever amid rising temporary resident numbers and no specific permanent residency pathway from the Canadian government. Selling of LMIAs, labor market impact assessments, by Canadian employers is not a new malpractice, but this has now increasingly become a last resort for temporary residents looking to extend their stay or get extra points for Canadian permanent residency. Actually, LMIA allows a Canadian employer to hire a foreign worker if they prove that they are unable to fill a particular job position with a Canadian permanent resident or citizen after making all the best efforts. As per the official government regulations, workers, inside or outside Canada, need not pay any cost for securing LMIA. The employer is responsible for paying LMIA fees. However, employers, not all, are illegally selling LMIAs for as much as $40,000 and sometimes not even hiring them for actual jobs. Rather, they are providing LMIAs to temporary workers to get an LMIA-specific work permit from the Canadian Immigration Department. In some cases, permanent residency supporting LMIAs are being used to get extra points to get Canadian permanent residency. Shady tactics of LMIA's black market. The LMIA black market employs a number of shady tactics and strategies, such as fraudulent job offers. To bolster LMIA applications, people or organizations fabricate false job offers. These aren't real job offers, they're more commonly meant to satisfy LMIA standards than to cover open positions. The official Canadian job bank is filled with a lot of job listings that are only used to show that the employer advertised the job but was unable to find a suitable match who is a permanent resident or citizen. Underpayment and exploitation. Some businesses hire foreign workers or temporary residents through LMIA, but they pay them much less than what is actually required and committed to by the law. Mostly, this is a mutual verbal agreement between the worker and employer. Workers do not even want to accept such terms, but to extend their work permit in Canada, they have to agree. The onus is on workers to report their employer's mistreatment because the Canadian authorities frequently ignore this worker exploitation. If a worker complains of such mistreatment, they will eventually lose their work permit status and have to return to their home country. While employers will lose the ability to apply for LMIAs in the future, they will find other ways to continue their LMIA business. Unregulated immigration consultants. Dishonest immigration consultants or agents take advantage of weak people by demanding astronomical fees in exchange for helping with LMIA applications. While some spread misinformation, others carry out fraudulent activities. LMIA brokering, in certain cases, Brokers serve as middlemen between employers and foreign employees, helping them obtain LMIA approvals in exchange for a fee. These brokers frequently take advantage of desperate job seekers. Misuse of live-in caregiver program. Some people have taken advantage of carers looking to work in Canada by abusing the live-in caregiver program, which provides avenues to permanent residency. Repercussions of LMIA's black market. The development of an LMIA black market has significant ramifications for a number of parties, including worker exploitation. Foreign workers who are vulnerable are frequently the ones that suffer the most. They fear reporting the illegal actions, so they can end up in terrible working conditions with little legal remedy. Undermining the Canadian labour market. The integrity of the Canadian labour market is threatened by the LMIA black market. Reduced employment possibilities may result for Canadian workers, who are frequently the targets of falsely produced LMIA job offers. Loss of tax revenue. Unreported profits stemming from illicit LMIA operations can cause significant tax revenue losses for the Canadian government. Damage to Canada's reputation. The existence of a black market damages Canada's standing as a welcoming and just nation, particularly with regard to its labour market and immigration rules. Diminished trust in immigration processes. Since fraudulent activities are becoming more common, there is a reduction in the trust that legitimate employers and immigrants have in the immigration system, which makes navigating it more difficult. Canada's progressive immigration policy and robust economy have attracted immigrants from around the world. Through the Labour Market Impact Assessment (LMIA) program, which enables firms to hire temporary foreign workers when no appropriate Canadian candidates are available, many newcomers look for possibilities. But a shady industry has developed in recent years where people and businesses take advantage of the LMIA system for their own gain, sometimes at the expense of weaker employees. Immigration leads to Canada's highest population growth since 1957. According to new data from Statistics Canada or StatCan, the country's data agency, Canada's population grew by 430,635 people from July 1 to October 1 this year. At a 1.1% increase, this was highest since the 1.2% growth recorded in 1957, which was caused by a post-World War II baby boom along with refugees entering the country following the Hungarian Revolution the previous year. This time, it's largely fueled by non-permanent immigrants, including those on study or work permits, of whom a significant section come from India. There was a net increase of 312,758 non-permanent residents in the quarter, which is the greatest quarterly increase going back to 1971, when such data was first collected. The gain in non-permanent residents was mostly due to an increase in the number of work and study permit holders and, to a lesser extent, an increase in the number of refugee claimants, StatCan said. In addition to the arrivals on temporary visas, there were also the ballooning numbers of permanent residents or PRs. Between July and September, Canada welcomed 107,972 new permanent residents. From January to September this year, immigration reached a figure of 371,299 or 79.8% of the annual target set by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada or IRCC, which is 465,000. Overall, Canada's population rose to over 40.5 million. Sentiment in Canada has already risen against the high intake of immigrants in recent years. In a poll in November, the agency Abacus data found that 67% of respondents considered the levels of immigration to Canada either way too high or too high, an increase of 6% since July this year. That trend in public opinion forced the federal government to announce in November it will not increase its target to immigration beginning from 2026. Marking the first time since the government of Prime Minister Justin Trudeau came into power in 2015 that the immigration levels were not enhanced. Ottawa will maintain its targets of 485,000 permanent residents for 2024 and 500,000 in 2025, as announced last year. However, a statement from Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada or IRCC said, starting in 2026, the government will stabilize permanent resident levels at 500,000, allowing time for successful integration, while continuing to augment Canada's labour market. PRs from India immigrants form the largest country cohort among new permanent residents or PRs. Last year, those from India comprised 118,224 or nearly 27% of the total 437,539 PRs admitted. Similar numbers are evident when it comes to non-permanent residents. According to IRCC data, till October this year, Canada issued 553,675 study permits, with Indian nationals accounting for over a third, at 208,630. That overall total has already exceeded the record set last for issuing such visas, which was at 548,875. Meanwhile, the intake of temporary foreign workers including through Canada's International Mobility Program has also been high. Again, till October 2023, there were 828,335 such visas issued, with Indians making for 247,495, or about 30%. With the high levels of immigration putting pressure on shelter costs and as a major factor behind the cratering support for Trudeau and his government, Ottawa has said it wants to reform the system for non-permanent residents earlier this month. As we conclude our exploration of lucrative career paths in British Columbia, we pivot to another crucial aspect of immigration: the pitfalls to avoid in your journey towards Canadian citizenship. Stay tuned for the top 10 reasons that could lead to Canada's citizenship application rejection. But first, let's unravel a concerning trend in the Canadian job market, the black market of LMIA jobs. Discover why this underground employment market is on the rise and what it means for both employers and potential immigrants. Keep watching for valuable insights into these pressing topics. That is all for today, in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later, in the next episode. Till then, take care.